Freedom Revamped, the podcast. I'm your host, DeShon. And of course, we're joined by our lovely founder, Kourtney. Kourtney, say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
So we have a very exciting episode. This is probably the first time that you've seen us with male guests. And we are so excited for the topic that we'll be discussing. So, Kourtney, do us the pleasure of welcoming our gentleman on.
Yes, so today we have 3 out of, I think, 8 of the members of the Working Title podcast. I'm super excited because we're going to be discussing dating fears, red flags, pretty much everything dating. So what better guest than to have men on here? So let's go ahead and bring them on.
Hello, gentlemen. Hello. Say hello to everybody.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for having us on this platform.
Share with everybody who you are and what it is you do.
So one of y'all want to start? Some want to start?
You go ahead, Taj.
All right. Well, I'm Taji. I'm the founder of Working Title Podcast. Used to be the podcast host, but I got a little too lazy for that. So now I just do like everything outside of just hosting. So, pretty versatile. I leave the rest of the cool stuff to these guys on my left and right.
Yeah, it's your boy Iceberg, some of the most shady film. I don't even know what my role would be on the pod for real. I'm just a killer out there. That's what I am. I'm the killer on the pod.
Hello, it's me, Evan B. I can say I'm the co-founder, co-host, co-producer. Working title. That's my thing right there. I love it. You can catch us everywhere. IG, Twitter, Kourtney Card, follow us. Go on YouTube, like us, rate, subscribe, and everything. Check us out.
So, as usual, we always like to ask our guests, because our platform is entitled Freedom Revamped, how do you define freedom?
Not having a fear of doing anything with any consequence, essentially. Freedom is really just like kind of being yourself, in my opinion. Not fearing what comes after that.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. What Taji said. I mean, I have I could be able to move as freely as possible, like, what I'm saying, without having the thought about either your repercussions or, that you're just not able to do something. Definitely being yourself is definitely
I would define freedom as, the same way, being yourself and just being a leader. Because it gotta be one person to spark it off. So I think that's a good way to define freedom.
Absolutely. So with those definitions, how do you gentlemen practice freedom? So our founder, Kourtney, talks about freedom as a practice, and it's not just a destination. So we don't just attain freedom, but it's something we have to practice on a daily basis. How do you gentlemen go about practice?
Kind of how we all established it, just being yourself. You gotta do it unapologetically. You feel me? You can't have a fear of being judged or failure. So be yourself 24/7 and go from there. Wherever that leads you, that's your destination for real.
Yeah, now just showing up. You showing up as yourself every day. You know what I'm saying? Not watering yourself down, to make yourself comfortable. Because honestly, that's holding you back if you feel like you got to water yourself down to make people feel comfortable or to shrink yourself. Or not even just being like honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're not trying to be yourself, you're probably not being honest with yourself. It's just like that's a shackle within itself. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I practice freedom by, taking advantage of free things.
Could you elaborate?
But seriously though, I practice it that way, like reading, like obtaining knowledge and things of that sort, because it's free, so we get to read and things like that. That's probably the most way I practice freedom, honestly.
Awesome. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into today's conversation. We're going to be talking all things dating. So I'm super excited, like I said, to have this conversation with a female and male dynamic. So there's no bias because we have a little bit of both sides here. Although we have freedom too, but it should be a fair fight. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
So the first question for today is, are you dating?
No, ain't nobody trying to answer.
Well, I feel like, DeShon, we should ask the second question first. How would you describe dating? Then, based on that answer, do you think you're dating now?
Absolutely. I think that'll help too. So let's start there. Let's define it. How do you describe dating? What is dating to you? And then we'll know whether you're doing it.
This is a tough. It's a tough
I
question.
didn't it?
It's a very subjective question, you know. I don't know, honestly. I really don't know how to describe dating. It's weird because it's like some days you want to talk every day, and then you might not talk to that person for 6 months after that. Like, it's kind of crazy. Shit gets kind of crazy with dating. So it's a weird kind of spectrum, but you just gotta. In some situations you gotta go with the flow, and other situations you gotta demand being the flow. So yeah.
Dating is like the worst guessing game ever for real. Like, cause you really don't know what you're gonna get until it's like probably too late for real. Like, no matter how many times you feel me, you do whatever you do, and you really don't know a person till you know a person. If that makes sense. So, that dating to me is just the worst
You can
guessing
say
game
that
ever.
again. You can say that again.
Yeah, in fact. It's the worst guessing game ever. It's an awful process, but it's fun too. It's very fun. So.
Well, I'm trying to see how would I. I mean, I guess it's a game, man. You know what I'm saying? Dating is a game. You know, sometimes you lose. You lose probably more times than you win for real. But it's all in the thrill. It's all in the thrill of the game. You know, you definitely it's humbling. Dating is super humbling because yeah, man, shit don't always be in your favor like how you think it would be. Especially in your mind. Especially like now, people make dating so like transactional. You know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. You know, it's like it's and people be so disingenuous, yo. This shit is crazy, yo. Dirty game out here.
Don't get it.
What you think, Kourtney?
I mean, I think I take dating a little bit more serious than other people I know or hang around, because dating to me is like, I'm intentional about it. So I'm getting to know that person, but if it doesn't work out, then I use whatever I didn't like about that particular moment or whatever in whatever relationship I get into next. So dating to me is very experimental. And honestly, like they said, it's sometimes a game because you don't know what you're getting into.
Absolutely. I don't even know that a lot of my peers know what dating is, because I just feel like I find too many of my peers early, and I'm like, you doing way too much to just be dating this person. Like, to me, I think dating is just like an interview process. I know that sounds terrible, but it's the process of getting to know the person you want to make your significant other, essentially. Or you don't want to make them your significant other and you just want to enjoy. It just depends on what your intentions are when you enter the dating ring. I think dating in general is just an opportunity to get to know someone else. I would say it's in a public place. That's just me. I don't know that. I mean, obviously, it's harder to get to know somebody in a public place depending on where you go. But if you're intentional about the place you choose to go on a date, I think it's very easy to get on. But I think the biggest issue is you're dating already thinking about being monogamous or thinking about committing to something. It's too soon. You didn't even you can't give them that out the gate. You decided that that's the person you want to be in a relationship with. So I think that's how I would describe dating.
Mm-hmm.
So now we can revisit the first question. Based on your definition, are you dating now?
I ain't know what
We about to stand up.
I'm
Okay.
saying, yeah, nah, I am. I go first. I am.
Okay.
I gotta elaborate. Oh.
Just
All
yes.
right.
Just yes or no.
Consider yourself to be dating.
Have you dating?
I am dating as well.
Okay.
I am.
I'm not technically. I'm in a relationship. So I think that's beyond dating based on my definition.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm dating. You know, it's yeah. I say yeah for the sake of it.
You guessing you might be dating.
Yeah. You right. Yeah, let's go with yes.
Good answer.
I'm just living life right now.
And you know that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Don't let anybody shame you for that.
Is there a
Solo-
definition for that?
What, for living life?
Yes.
It's like I'm not really taking nobody serious right now because
Okay.
everybody likes to play. But I'll let you, get to know me, I guess.
Fair enough. I think there's definitely got to be a place of personal protection. Like, I don't know, maybe because I'm so self-aware, I just very observant as to how I enter relationships, even if we're not talking about a romantic relationship, if we're talking about friendships too. Like, I'm just very careful with myself because I know my energy is good, and I don't need any bad energy. That's not going to help my projection, so I don't have time. But I definitely am protective of that. But with that being said, what do you think is frightening for people about dating? Like, why do you think people, like, even when I asked you guys, y'all were like, yeah, maybe. Like, what's so frightening about saying that you're dating?
For some people, it might be how temporary it could be.
That's fair. That's a very good answer.
The fear of being embarrassed.
It's definitely a very temporary thing from time to time,
Absolutely.
depending on the experience. I guess.
I think you mentioned something about being embarrassed.
Yeah, the fear of getting embarrassed. Like even if you're not right now, like the fear of you eventually getting embarrassed. That's how a lot of people they stay away from that dating shit. Pardon me, that dating stuff.
It's a very vulnerable. What you think, Slim?
Yeah, no, I mean, shit. I mean, it's because honestly, like I be talking and dating is different. So, like, I got a girl. Like, I still say I'm dating my girl. You know what I'm saying? We ain't married and shit, so we still dating. You know what I'm saying? We still, you know what I'm saying? We still getting it together. But the most frightening thing is, man, somebody could wake up at any point of the day and be like, yo, I don't really want to deal with you no more.
No bullshit.
And like honestly, it might really have nothing to do with you, but you gotta take that and you gotta live with them feelings that you had, you know what I'm saying? And whether that crushed you or not, like I guarantee you, like that person don't care once they made that decision. You know what I'm saying? I think like that's just the most frightening thing. Like somebody really got your heart in their hands, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. Or like they can really be like, man, I'm not really fucking with this no more.
Not today.
You know, that'll ruin a nigga whole like 6 months.
He made a very specific timeline. Only 6 months. What you think, Kourtney?
Yeah, I think for me, it's like the fear of being embarrassed, and maybe you taking it a little bit more seriously than that other person. And that might be why I answered the previous question the way I did, because if the person doesn't say, oh, we're taking this serious, but you think y'all are, then it's like, dang, I done wasted.
Oh, no. You got to stay out the gate.
Yes.
I probably over communicate. My boyfriend probably gets sick of me, but I want to know at all times. Like you mentioned, like there's this fear of like not want to be with you anymore. I've been with for 9 years. We are not the same people we were when we started dating. So I was like nervous as I was starting to become a woman. Like, is he gonna a version of me versus like, I mean, the child version of me, like my adolescence. Like I've matured so much since then. So I think that's the most frightening thing. But I think another frightening thing for me too is losing myself. Like I am so adamant about being independent in my relationship, not to the point of like not needing that person or not wanting that person, but to the point of like, if something were to happen, although I would be heartbroken, I would be able to continue. Like I have my own identity outside of that person. I'm not defined by who they are. Like, people don't look at me and be like, oh, that's Terry. Oh, no, I'm DeShon. He's Terry. We're together. That simple. Like, I don't want to be defined by him. I want to have an identity. I want to feel like I have my own friends. I have my own interests. Because there's some people who date and then get out of a relationship, don't know what they like, don't know what they like to do, don't have their own friends, and then they're just stuck because they can't hang out with their old crew is what they make, and they making them choose. I don't think that's fair. Like, it's not necessary for you to have complete independence, but I think it's a good idea to have a good sense of yourself before you enter a relationship, or find yourself while you're in a relationship, so that you don't leech off of somebody. Like, do you know how devastating that would be to be in a relationship with somebody who is like latched on? So you know that like when you outgrow them, it's like there's nothing you can do because that person, like, you are me, I am you. No, that's not how I'm trying to live. Not how I'm trying to live. Which brings me to the next question. So Kourtney brought up this concept of she wanted to discuss sex. So what are red flags to you all when you're dating phase? Like when you are first dating and you're getting to know somebody and maybe do something that's a little off and you're like, I don't know, this might not work.
I'm gonna answer that one first. I'm gonna be rude and answer.
Okay. Do you think?
Because so we're in the age of social media where you will meet like people online, they'll slide in your DMs, be like, ooh, slide me your number or whatever. But if you're gonna ask for my number, then I need you to be like on it. Like, you know, the people who will like be in constant communication for a few days and then it like falls off. See, that to me is a red flag, because if you can do that on and off so quickly, but you were the one who were bugging me for my number, then I don't want a relationship with you. That's my number one. I'll probably come back later after they answer.
Can I combat that red flag though?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So the only thing with that is, when if it's early in the situation, you know what I'm saying? If I just got your number, like I'm not about to be like texting you all like wild and crazy and shit like that. Like, cause one, I know I'm not gonna be able to keep that up, and we just met. Like I don't need to be all jumping into that. I think it should be a healthy balance. Like me, if I got your number on social media, I probably might wait like 2 days to actually like hit your phone, and vice versa. Even if I got you in person, because like honestly, like neither one of us might not even remember the interaction. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit. It might not even be something I'm really into going after. But I do probably understand a lot of cats probably being in DMs trying to say all this at the third when they actually get your number, that they waste your time by not even really coming with no strategy for that.
Absolutely. I'm gonna let y'all answer the first question about red flags, but I do have a follow-up question. Kourtney mentioned social media.
I'm big on like the space for real. So like kind of like going against what you saying, but like some days, niggas just don't feel like being on their phone. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's me. Me being honest, like it's a day I wake up, I'll be like, yo, I'm not feeling it today. I don't feel like talking to people all day. And like I'll let you know, I'm respectful enough to let you know, hey, you know what I mean, I hit you, what's up, blah blah blah. I'm doing a little something today, so I hit you later on or something. But like if you gonna press me down about like me texting you or calling you all day, every day. We adults at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, we all got different schedules. We all have something going on, no matter how big or small it is. So I'm kind of like, if you don't have nothing going on and you want to be on the phone all day, every day, that's something I'm worried about.
That was a good one, Tyler. One of my red flags would probably have to be let's see here. I seen this question and I was kind of befuddled with it. Like I see red flag, but I can't really pinpoint one.
Like off the top of your head, that's kind of difficult.
That's tough. It's like it just has to happen in the moment, and I'll catch it. And it's like, all right. But
throw out some examples. Like if you invite somebody somewhere, is timeliness important? Like if you pull up and y'all somewhere and she don't show up on time, bother you?
I'm actually I'm pretty lenient for that.
You lenient? That's not a red flag?
No, I mean it depends though. Like
That nigga say I be late myself. What you talking about?
Yeah. That's what you trying to walk around.
I do sometimes. I'm working on that. I really am. I'm working on that. But that I'm gonna have to be transparent with y'all. Like that don't really put me out like that. Like it
Yeah.
don't. Because sometimes I be running a little late. But I know when I start to be on time, when I get my things together and I'm on time and stuff. Like, I'm working towards it right now, but once I get that down pat, like I'm going to expect that from somebody that I'm dating as well. So that would probably be a red flag.
Awesome. So I actually have a follow-up question. I'm probably going to drive Madison crazy with this because she can't put it in, but it's okay. My follow-up question goes back to what Kourtney was mentioning about social media and interaction via social media. Do you think social media has made it easier or harder today?
Yeah, that shit way harder. That shit made it way harder. Oh my god.
For dating?
Yeah.
Granted, like,
Oh yeah. I
I ain't
mean,
really fully experience dating because like social media came out when I was in like high school for real. So it's like I wasn't really dating too early anyway. But it's like I can only imagine how like old heads feel about it. You feel me? Because like, man, you see something, that person may tweet something crazy, even if it's not how they really are. You know what I mean? It's just a joke. I'd be like, yo, you doing that for a joke? Like that's not even really your character. Like I see things like that, you feel me? Plus, at the end of the day, it is social media. A lot of the shit is jokes. So
That's true. Well, that is a red flag then, is how somebody presents themselves on social media. Because I definitely feel like if you're negatively presenting yourself on social media and at some point you're going to be reflecting who I am, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to judge you based off of anything you posted previously, because when you start talking about Twitter and stuff, people have been on Twitter forever. They done said crazy stuff in the past. But if we're talking about like a new post, I'm not really feeling, or like some type of clickbait or thirst trap, I'm gonna be like, what is you doing for real? Like, what are you trying to gain from this? That might turn me off a little bit. But what do you gentlemen think? You think social media has made it harder?
absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
What?
You got it, son.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I go there. Nah, man. It took away the exclusivity. I guess I don't even know if I even pronounced it right, but like that. Shit don't be the same no more, man. People be oversharing. Like honestly, like with some chicks, you feel like you know them already before you actually get their number. I know exactly the things you like, all this, that, and the third. It kind of takes away from the joy of certain like kind of aspects of dating. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, man, like people be living in false realities on social media, like, and then when you see them in person, you're like, oh wow, this is you. Like, damn, like I thought you was a fun person on Twitter. And I got around you, and we went on a date, and I was like, yo, you a cornball. Like, it's false advertisement, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it could work in that way. I definitely think, while it made the world smaller, it made people just 1,000 times more cornier. And that shit is like, it's ridiculous.
No, I think it just amplified the fact that most of these people
Good point.
Everybody's not cool. Like, if you're just not a person, it's okay. Post a picture, make this your little orange photo album. Be clear. We don't need you to be flexing. But go ahead, E.
Yes, social media messed up dating because of several reasons. You got people that want to be posted. You got people that want to post and then cover the face. Like it's just everything is attention driven. It's I don't like it. But it's the way of the world. You gotta adapt to it. It's loopholes to everything, when dating and there's everything in life for real. So,
what you think, Kourtney? You kind of already shared a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, on top of what I already said, I also think I think one of them said this. It creates like false expectations because you're looking at what other people are claiming to have. But those people probably arguing all day at home, but posting their cute little pictures. So I feel like it creates false expectations because social media does cause us to compare ourselves and our situations to what other people have going on. Speaking from firsthand experience. So yeah, it definitely has made it harder.
Yeah, I think always so grateful. Like it's moments like and I'm like, thank God he gave me so much like resilience to the stuff that goes on around me because I'm not that person. Like I'm actually very private. I might occasionally post because I love them, but I don't be on there trying to make a out of our relationship because to me, like was mentioned by Slim, like some people overshare that go wrong. People in your business want to know what's going on. They want to know why you didn't took them down. I'm like, that's too much. Too much. Or like, they see y'all doing stuff and they want to know like how long y'all been together, or just even with men, like it's crazy. I've posted my boyfriend on my page before and had people DM me like, oh, I see you with him, but like you should be with me or something crazy. And I'd be like, are y'all serious? Like, like I were wilding a little bit.
Niggas be flagrant.
Like the resumes.
The virtual dirty man.
Crazy.
Crazy.
And then I'm not talking when you tell me that you single with no kids, you just left the army and you're driving a Charger. I'm good on that. Like I don't that energy.
Not that Camaro talk.
I think it definitely the main thing for me as far as like how social media has grown things is like it is the idea of courtship. That alone is not how you court a woman. Like you can, I mean, there's a polite way to slide in the DMs. Like you can tiptoe in there, but when you just full blown flip and slide in those guys and you talking crazy, I'm like, what is going on? Like I just get a little turned off by that. Like I don't know, Kourtney, another woman here, but like, how do you feel about men sliding your DMs or guys? Like if a girl slid in your DMs and was like, I've been looking at your page, I'm interested. Like, would that even be intriguing to you? Would that be a start? Oh, Slim said,
some guys don't like when girls slide in their DMs.
Slim said,
it's cool.
I mean,
It's not bad. You know, as long as like she don't like, come on no bullshit, like or like trying to be like fake funny and shit. Like don't be doing that, man. You gotta have a little bit of game. Just like how we gotta come a little smooth in the DMs. Like you got don't be just becoming like just to be saying anything, man. Or like I done got some wild shit in my DMs. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. Oh yeah.
I like the initiative for real. If you know what I mean, you take initiative and you slick with it. I like it. You know, but it can't be. You said what?
She knows she wants out of life. You feel me?
You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? You letting me know already. You planning ahead. So it's like you being upfront. You do that, I'm cool. As long as it's not on no, like you said, it can't be no corny, like, you know what I mean? It gotta be something slick. You feel me? Make a chase. Make a little chase or something. Like, you know what I mean? You feel me?
I get a few. I don't get too many reckless DMs, but like most of them move with like respect, you know. So I fuck with it.
I don't know. I feel like I'm corny, so I'm so happy I don't have to date right now. I would be alone for. I'm just a cornball in general, so I might be the one to slide in there with the corny joke and just hope that you take off with it. And if you don't, then I'm like, well, I'm gonna send you out of there.
Got a blast.
Got a blast. So when it comes to dating, there's this whole concept of love languages. Are you guys familiar with love language? Do you know what your love languages are?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so what are your love languages and why?
I like words of affirmation, and
okay.
I'm big on like quality time for real. I like physical touch, but not in public. Like,
he said, "I'm a player."
No, not even like not even like that. Like I just like when we like dolo, you know what I mean? We can you feel me do the most, but like I don't want to be like rubbing all on you and stuff. We at a restaurant, like yo, eat that, eat your food, like you know what I mean? Like pass me the steak knife, like. You feel me? You don't gotta be holding hands while you eating your biscuits at Red Lobster. Like, I'm chill out for a second. You feel me? So, by the way, I'm allergic to seafood, so I'm not going to Red Lobster. That's just, you know what I mean, for other people. But
that's a red flag.
Hey, yeah, I mean, I can't control it. That is what it is.